record. We are starting our beautiful moment and our time together. Welcome to Froggy Friday. This is August 9th, 2024, and you have popped into a moment where your life will never be the same. We have our amazing practitioners coming to serve us today, Christopher, Paul, and Wilkester. And guess what? We have Reverend Verona Garland from Oakland, California in the house. Woo, woo, woo. She's going to be talking about adventuring in receptivity. And today we have certificates. So I want to give you a brief outline of what today's going to look like. We're going to do our opening treatment and our meditation. We're going to do some singing. We're going to do our certificates. And then Reverend Verona is going to come in and shine her light. Here's what I want to tell you. I want to give you a quick update about Reverend Gwen. This was a good week for her. Keep the prayers coming. It was a really good week. I had a chance to connect with her yesterday. Things are working out really great. She misses you. She loves you. She values you. She's so excited that you are here and she's coming back to see you. So that's your update. Yay, hearts all over the place, Rev Verona. Absolutely. Okay, so we come together in community, and as people are popping in, we come together knowing that we have created a sacred place of love. This is our spiritual community. This is the Center for Spiritual Living Kenya. This is where we come to be spiritually nourished, uplifted, inspired, and share life and love. If you don't know, my name is Reverend Barbara Samuel, and I am co-spiritual leader along with Reverend Gwen Smith. And along with our board of trustees and everybody else in our teams, we welcome you to this moment. So I'm going to ask Christopher if he will open us up in prayer. I will sing us into meditation, and Paul, you will take over and lay that foundation of our spiritual truth. Welcome, everyone. Go ahead, Christopher.
Thank you, Reverend Barbara. Join me, everyone, as I go to the place deep within where I know without a shadow of a doubt, there is only one life, one love, one grace, one power, one infinite eternal presence. It is the presence that creates, nourishes, and sustains all forms of life in the entire universe. It is the presence of perfection, harmony, of balance, of poise. And I know that our is finite because I am made in its own likeness and image. And it is one of my every breath. It is one of my every thought. And it is one of my every movement. And I know that where I stand, right here, right now, God is. And I know this to be true of every one of us who is here in this meeting. We are all created in its likeness and image. And so everything that the universe is, we all are. We are an extension of spirit. And so right here, right now, I speak my word for this meeting, knowing that we all exist in the realm of spirit where there is no lack and no limitation. And so as I remember and as we remember the truth of who we are, simply seated here, to be now ministered to be signed by spirit. And so as we sit and wait to receive the teachings word from minister, we know that we are being expanded in consciousness. We are being perfected in each and every way of our lives. We know that we are growing. We know that Christ consciousness is each and every moment. And we say yes to it. We say yes to the expansion, to the growth, to the perfection that is happening in us as we unfold each and every moment, each and every minute. I know peace for each and everyone who is in this meeting. And I know perfection of the internet connection, that it's perfect. Everything is wonderful. Everything is good. I give thanks for the power of Spirit working in, through, and as each and every one of us. And so I simply release already done and done, as we all say, and so it is.
And so it is. What a powerful treatment.
And
Allowing
so
our
it
heart to open. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know.
Be still. Be still. Let's take a few minutes just to be still. To be still and remind ourselves of this truth that we hold dear. That we are full expressions of the One. The One that is perfect, whole, and complete. Despite our despite what it is that we will be thinking, this truth still holds. We are perfect, whole, and complete. Let's take a few minutes to remind ourselves of this truth. To take nourishment in this truth. That we are whole, perfect, and complete. Let's go into meditation and ponder on this truth. And let it give us strength. You are perfect, whole, and complete. As we gently bring our consciousness back into the room, let this truth stay with us. We are perfect, whole, and complete. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Paul. Thank you so much as we awaken to a brighter, grander, bolder idea of who we all are together. It is my joy to share and sing with you our theme song, One People by Maury Stern and by the CSLK Choir, which is each one of you. Let's sing our song before we get to those certificates. We are one people, one strong heartbeat, just one spirit shining bright within us all. We are a part of one another. We're born to love each other. When it's all said and done, we are one. Sing it out. We are one people, one strong heartbeat, just one spirit shining bright within us all. We are a part of one another, born to love each other. When it's all said and done, we are one. Take it up. We are one people, one strong heartbeat, just one spirit shining bright within us all. We are a part of one another, born to love each other. When it's all said and done, we are one. When it's all said and done. Let me see those spirit fingers. We are one, 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 one. Oh, choir, you are in fine voice this morning, this evening. Well done. Well, one of the greatest gifts we can give ourselves is information, education, life. And we do that by receiving the gifts of classes in this amazing community. So right now, I'm going to turn over to Karen Lee, one of your instructors, and Nancy, who will be reading our names out. I just want to say on behalf of Reverend Gwen and I, we are so proud of each and every one of you for the gift of you to you. Go ahead, Karen.
And I have to tell you how excited I was to hear that the topic today was receptivity, because of course, that's what every single one of these classes represent. Nancy, are you ready to read names? I'm getting ready to share. So these are the certificates for the discovery class that was held right after the conference. And we were so excited to see so many new and wonderful faces. Nancy?
Susan Gitao. Winnie Billionaire.
I love that name.
Margaret Tito. Sonic Obonyo. Anthony Billionaire. Mary Wairimo. Babu Matthew.
Oh, he gets two. Woohoo!
Babu Matthew again.
And this next class and set of certificates go with the, how interesting to add a subheading. This must be the beginning one. The commitments of conscious leadership. I don't think these are certificates that we need. So this was probably one of the patterns. So let me pull up the other one. This one, now I'm on the right file. This one is for exploring the self, which was Valerie's journaling class. Okay, Nancy?
Anastasia Ndiwa. Charity Wanjiro. Franklin Okwere. Gitonga Mutungi, Grace Kang'ethe, Margaret Konga, Mark Kitao, Mbabu Matthew, Paul Kinuthia, Karen Lee.
Yes, I actually took journaling this time. Can you imagine?
There you go. Oh, wow.
Oh, how funny. And I have to tell you that when you start seeing multiple people receiving multiple certificates, it's because they have become so fascinated with what our classes can offer. This class is for driving mindfully. It was taught by another guest teacher, Michelle Sloan, and Michelle Sloan was one of my prac students, so it's exciting to see her stepping out in so many different ways. Thank you, Nancy.
Gitonga Mutungi, Jack Njashe, Kerith Kagoe, Mary Wairimu Gatere, Nancy Ngugi, Nadine, Patrick Ngugi, Charity Kirago, James Otumba, Christopher Okello, Leonard Oquindo, Dr. Purity Gitonga,
And we have even more coming. Can you imagine how many classes and how busy our teachers have been? This was one of my favorite classes. What if it all goes right? Not if, what if it all goes wrong, but what if, how would we react if we knew from the very center of our being that it was all going to go right? Thank you, Nancy.
Charity Wanjiro, Devota Wamboi, Jack Njashe, Kerith Wanjiro, Margaret, Mbabu Matthew, Nancy Ngugi, Jerry Bushono, Patricia Ayuma, Patrick Ngugi, Simon Kang'ethe, Diana Narasha, Franklin Okwere,
Oh, there he goes again. Okay, now here's the next idea that I'm not sure about. How, Nancy, how do people get a copy of their own for this? Do you send it to them? Do they go get it electronically?
they could, but normally I print and they collect from the office.
Okay, okay, that's probably the
Maybe
easiest
at a
way.
community gathering.
Right. Oh, of course. Of course, that's the best way. There are more classes that have been completed, but a lot of these other classes have to go through a home office special certificate also. So when we have another certificate meeting, we will have the certificates for foundations and infinite you and revealing wholeness, which was the health class. So we have more coming. That's wonderful. Thank you all.
Congratulations, everybody. That's magnificent. You should be so proud and so honored. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful gift, as I said, you're giving to each other and yourselves, to our community as we grow and evolve. I am so incredibly, incredibly happy, proud. So what's going to be the next thing you sign up for? Because we have other things happening. Oh my goodness, we have other things happening in September. And I want to tell you that I'm teaching discovery along with Reverend Claire. So in September, there's 4 classes. And if you have somebody who wants to know about what you've been up to, what classes are you taking, how can I become involved? Please come and hang out, have them come and hang out with us. And you, even if you've taken discovery before and already, if you've upped your notch of with all these other classes, come back to discovery and see what the next thing is for you to absorb. We always hear what we need to hear in that moment. And now that you've evolved and you've learned more, come back to discovery, come back to basics and see what left is there, what more there is left for you to glean and share. Okay. On that pride note, on that great opportunity for us to springboard forward with our students, we have somebody today, somebody who's brilliant, somebody who is deeply connected to the divine, somebody that goes instinctually to spirit for all things in her life. She has come to our conference. You met her at our conference in Kenya. She has become one of my dear friends. And I also want to tell you, she is one of our newest members to our CSL Board of Trustees. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our Zoom room, Reverend Verona Garland. Let me see you go crazy.
Oh, thank you, Reverend Barbara. Thank you. And greetings, everyone. It's so wonderful to be here. So wonderful to see you again. So wonderful to be with you on this glorious day, morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time it is. It's just so wonderful to be here in the presence of the divine. And being here in the presence of the divine is because we are all here together. This time is made sacred by our presences here because each one of us is the divine in its own fullness, its elucidation, its radiation, and so much more. So I would like to begin with first the title that came through me, Adventuring Through Receptivity. And I'm not really clear. Initially, I was not clear why that title came through me. However, it came through me. We're going to playfully co-create together for this title. I often say this, and it's really true. Yes, I have some notes. Yes, we are all here in the Zoom room. However, we are co-creating here together. It's not just me. It's spirit through and as each one of us. And whatever comes as a result of our time here together is because we all decided to be here and to be in a willingness to co-create together. So I like to remember, and those of you who maybe I met you at the conference or saw me, I like to remember the joyousness and the gaiety and the laughter and the humor of spirit, because I personally can sometimes get rather serious about my spiritual practices and my enlightenment. So I always like to start with a little giggle. So there was a person who went to the service at their spiritual center or at their church. And at the end of the service, this person came to the minister and said, I'd like a prayer. I need a prayer for hearing. Could I have a prayer for hearing? And the minister said, oh, most definitely. You know, the ministers did it because all of the ministers are practitioners, went into a grand spiritual mind treatment for hearing, and also even anointed the person's third eye with some holy oil. Minister said, well, how is it? How's your hearing? And the person said, well, I really don't go to court until next week. However, I guess it's going to be okay after that prayer. Yes, yes, yes. We get to have a little giggle. We get to have a little fun. However, let's get into our co-creation here together. And this adventuring through receptivity, I'd like to start with a couple of definitions. Adventuring means a lot of different things to all of us. However, for the purposes of our time here together in the divine, then adventuring for me is an undertaking. It is an embarkation activity, and it is endeavoring upon a project. So adventuring, and also part of the adventuring is there is some sort of excitement. My everyday activity. So that's adventuring, and adventuring through receptivity. The receptivity is our willingness to accept and to welcome affirmatively. And this thing about receptivity, I was being with it, and spirit can give us what that is for us to have when we allow ourselves to have empty hands. That is, the truth of that is if I allow myself to empty out all of my preconceived notions, empty out all of my
We've lost you, dear Rev. You're frozen. Can you hear us, Reverend Verona? Okay.
So I bet
know
she's
what
going
to
to try to
do.
come right back on.
Treat. Everybody treat. Because we know that we want to hear about this adventuring, and I want to know more about the undertaking. I want to know about exactly what she's talking about. Oh, look at this picture she has coming back on. There you are. You're muted now, beautiful one. You're muted. And now you're in a completely different place in the world, your backdrop.
I am. Okay, hooray. All right, I'm back. We're back. So what I was saying about empty hands, I believe that's where I was, and where I am is at the Taj Mahal. What I was saying about empty hands is that if we empty ourselves of all of our preconceived notions, empty ourselves of all those things that we think are the truth, and allow spirit to come in, allow spirit to flow through us, allow spirit to know itself in, through, and as each one of us, then this is the way that we can open up to the receptivity of the divine. And really, when I thought about it, it let me know that life is really just embarking upon or undertaking a route of willing welcome. Think about that. Life is merely embarking upon and undertaking a route or a route or GPS way of willingly accepting, of willing welcome. So I was being with this adventuring in receptivity, and it through receptivity, not in, but through, because it's an ongoing activity for us. And it showed up for me a story I'd like to share with you. This story is about a person named John Kralik. And John Kralik wrote a book called A Simple Act of Gratitude. And I don't know about you, however, as a Science of Mind devotee, I have more books than I could probably ever read. However, there is always some information available for us. And just like Reverend Barb said, we give ourselves the gifts of learning. So this book I found, it's A Simple Act of Gratitude. And what this book is about, Mr. Kralik, or John Kralik, as I will call him, is an attorney. And he's an attorney in Los Angeles. And his life appeared to be going terribly wrong. He appeared to be in absolute despair. It appeared that things just were not working out for him. He lived in a substandard housing place that was really unbearable. He was on his not first, but second divorce. His body temple was unhealthy. He was miserable. He could not pay his employees at his legal firm. And he also just did not know what he was going to do. His clients would not pay him. He would send out a bill, the billing, and the clients wouldn't pay him. He had no idea what he was going to do. So he took a hike on New Year's Day up in the hills of Los Angeles, and Spirit spoke to him. And what came to him was, Spirit said, be grateful. And how that translated for him was he decided that what he was being told was to write a handwritten thank you note every day for 1 year. Yes, 365 handwritten thank you notes. And so he embarked upon this. He was obedient. That's not a word that we often use in our Sense of Mind languaging or terminology. However, he was obedient. And so he embarked upon writing a thank you note, a handwritten thank you note every day for 1 year. After the year went by, you can imagine what happened. His health turned around first. Secondly, he was given a new place to live. Thirdly, his business, as is his law firm, got more and more and more and more clients who were more than willing to pay when they were billed. Everything about his life turned around. And oh, the other thing about this that just so impresses me is that to this 365 thank you notes, he got 2,000 replies. Can you imagine getting 2,000 handwritten thank you notes to you? It's amazing to me. It's just stupendous. I was thinking about this, and I was thinking, and you know me, I'm a more an active person. I would take all those thank you notes and put them on the floor and just roll around in them. Just let them, let them be a part of my body tempo. Yeah, like Rev Barb just did, like, ah. So you might be thinking, okay, so this is very interesting, Rev Verona. We get this. And what does this have to do with adventuring through receptivity? Well, we have lots of spiritual tools. I like to call it my spiritual tool belt. I like to visualize it being right there around my waist, and I can dip into it, anytime I'd like. It's like a fanny pouch. And sometimes others prefer calling it a spiritual toolbox. Whatever we call it, we have a lot of tools. We here have a lot of tools, and I know that each one of you uses your tools conscientiously, regularly, and lovingly. Well, two of the tools that showed up for me for adventuring through receptivity are prayer and gratitude. Yes, prayer and gratitude. Thus, the story of John Kralik. Those are some of our tools. So let's just talk a little bit about what they are. We know what prayer is. Prayer is a conversation with the divine. Actually, there is an opportunity for each one of us to have an agenda-less conversation with the divine. Now, we know that the type of prayer we pray, affirmative prayer, is accepting that which is already ours, which is already within us. Wouldn't it be interesting? Wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be a wonderful adventuring through receptivity to have a prayer with the divine where you have no agenda? To have a prayer where you come with no requests, to have a prayer where you come with no affirmations, to have a prayer where you come and gently, tenderly, and openly, and in all vulnerability, have a conversation with the divine. To show up in the prayer, to go through the first steps, to recognize and unify, and then in that realization and declaration part, be in a conversation with the divine of listening, understanding, and accepting and receiving. This is what I call, or who has been called, not just me, but it's been called agendaless prayer. And what is agendaless prayer? Well, for one thing, it sets the law in motion. The law that makes everything happen. We know love makes the way and the law makes it happen. Well, agendaless prayer, any kind of prayer, sets the law in motion. This is what prayer does. And also, prayer establishes contact with the divinity within and as each one of us. Think about it. It establishes that contact within you, me, every single one of us. This is some of the things that prayer does. And prayer also absolutely affirms that we are. It affirms that we are. And there is a part of prayer that we could even demand the demonstration of the universe. Yes, there is a form of affirmative prayer where we get to do that. So first there's prayer, and prayer opens us up to the receptivity, the acceptance of all the gifts of the divine. There are all sorts of, about prayer, what prayer can do, there are all sorts of blessings. And what are blessings? You're thinking, what American word is that? Blessings is a combination of blessings and lessons. And that's what prayer can open us up to. Blessings. Yes, Rev Barb. Yes, blessings. And we have blessings and lessons that show up all the time. And sometimes I like to say, and I know that sometimes blessings come wrapped in the sandpaper of life. Think about it. Sometimes blessings come in a way that, and I might say, Spirit, is this really a blessing? Is this really something? And in fact, I would like to share with you an example that happened to me last evening. I have a fall appearance day. In October is my appearance day. So I decided to give myself a special gift for my appearance day of going to London to see a play. And so I had decided this, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, I had not purchased the tickets for the play. Last evening, I went online thinking, well, I'm going to purchase the tickets for the play. I already reserved my hotel. The play is sold out. Yes, the play is sold out. And I want to be transparent with you. Initially, I was so upset. I was just literally roaming around my house saying, oh no, oh no, oh no. You know, like the little 2-year-old who still lives inside of me. And then I realized this is a blessing. This is a blessing. There's a blessing in this. And so in that, knowing the blessing in it, I went straight to prayer. And actually, when I went to one of those sorts of prayers after getting myself steeped in the beginning, first 2 steps of prayer, I just said, and Mother, Father, God, I know that there is something that is for me to learn here. And I give thanks for this upsettedness showing up because there's a healing happening within me. And this particular situation, this going someplace for my birthday, treating myself lavishly for my appearance day, this is just what brought it to me. So that's what I mean by prayer, the kind of prayer that's about blessings. So first tool is prayer. Second tool is gratitude, 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 gratitude. And we all know that gratitude is an attitude and an altitude. Okay. And what do I mean by that? Gratitude is the attitude I have. What attitude do I have when things show up? What attitude do I have when something that I have been contemplating, meditating, praying, when it shows up? What attitude? Yeah. And the thing about gratitude is the gratitude comes from within, and the more it pushes out from within, the more it circulates itself back to us. Yeah, the more it pushes out from inside, the more it circulates itself back to us, because this is what gratitude is about. And gratitude, absolutely positively, it brings our attention to every subject, every activity, every happening. And it brings our attention in the ways of love and appreciation. It does. Gratitude brings us right down to it. And gratitude also, it is, if we concentrate on gratitude, and as Esther Hicks says, with practiced attention to any subject, the law of attraction delivers. So just think of, I'm grateful, 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 grateful. You know, if I allow myself to immerse in gratitude, to embody gratitude, to embrace gratitude, you know, it can allow anything to happen in my life. And I'm not just saying this because I'm saying this. We know it's the truth. We know it's the truth that gratitude is an attitude that brings blessings galore. Gratitude is an attitude that opens us up to the totality of the infinitude of all the possibilities of life. And in the Science of Mind textbook, I was looking it up and being with it. In the Science of Mind textbook, it talks about living in a sea of plenty. And what it says is, in gratitude, we must hold out the cup of acceptance until it is filled and overflowing. We must do the drinking. No one can do this for us. So if I'm in prayer, I'm in gratitude, and then I hold out the cup of acceptance. And it's often said, and you may have heard, if you go to the sea of all possibilities, what container might you bring? Would you bring a thimble? Would you bring a teacup? Would you bring a contraption that was bigger than anything that could fit in your house? What container would you bring? I would bring what I think is called a dump truck, and I'd bring one of those, you know, that has 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 different links on it, you know, kind of like a train, but it's a truck. So this is our opportunity to be in a place of prayerfulness and gratitude, and then open to all the possibilities that are available. Open in receptivity, open in love, open in joy, open in peace, open in humility, open in grace. You know, that grace that is our sufficiency in, through, and as all things. This is our opportunity to do that, because we do live in a sea of plenty. It's all around us. You know, if you think of counting the leaves on a tree, and if you allow yourself to do this, then you get to know there is more leaves on a tree than I can possibly count, which lets me know that there is a plenitude of possibilities and abundance and prosperity, and that I get to open up to receive it. I get to be an open vessel for the divine. You know, as Ernest Holmes says, God can only do for us what God can do through us. Give that a minute to sink in. God can only do for us what God can do through us. So when we talk about prayer and gratitude, another wonderful quote shows up for me that's in my heart. Meister Eckhart says, and we all know this, if the only prayer you say is thank you, that will be enough. The only prayer you say is thank you, that will be enough. So prayer and gratitude, how does it work out together? How does it mesh together to adventure in receptivity? Well, I'm going to use an example in my own life because that's why we're here, to be open and vulnerable with one another. And we are one. Since I left you in February, I was greatly influenced by being at the conference. And I came home and Spirit kept speaking to me and saying to me, I have more for you. I have more for you, my beloved, my darling, my precious. I have more for you. So I kept listening, kept doing my meditation. Now, here I am, assistant minister at Agape Bay Area, a very comfy job, a very comfy place. 8 years I'm there. A place where I know everyone who's there. Everyone knows me. I'm teaching classes. I am speaking. I am prayer ministry lead. I am all sorts of things, community outreach lead. I am all sorts of things there, and Spirit keeps speaking to me. And so as Spirit kept speaking to me about this, I went into prayer and gratitude, praying, okay, Spirit, I know you're speaking to me. I hear you. I am listening. I am open because I am simply here for you, God. And gratitude for these kind of seemed to me like, I don't know, uprising within me. These thoughts and these feelings that were kind of rumbling around inside me and causing me a little, making me pay attention. Not just stay in the mode of my regular spiritual practices. Do not just keep doing it the way I had been doing it. By the time the spring came, it was clear to me, spring and early summer, that it was time for me to release my position at Agape Bay Area. It became very clear to me, and I have to say, yes, Karen, the way you did your mouth, I first said, oh, Spirit, I don't believe you. Oh, Spirit, oh, no. Oh, Spirit, do you know what you're doing? And I'm being transparent with you because this is the conversation I kept having. And Spirit kept saying to me, my beloved, has there been a time that I have ever not given you that is yours to have? Have I ever brought you to something that I did not bring you through something? And I, my beloved, have more for you to give. I have more for you to be. You are on the planet to share more. And as you step away from what was then a paying job, okay, it is, I get a salary, Spirit also said to me, and has there ever been a time when I have not given you every single financial need that you have? Has there ever been a time that you have not had everything you need and then some? So you say you love me. You say you're listening, Spirit speaking to me. This is the time. And so about a month ago, I turned in my letter of resignation. Now, what is this about? I'm not quite clear. This is a faith journey for me. I am stepping out on sheer and utter faith in the divine, knowing that the love of the divine has me, knowing that with prayer and gratitude, all unfolds in a spectacular and wondrous and splendiferous way. And I'd like to share with you in sharing that. So I turned in my letter, and about 1, maybe 2 days later, I got a call from Reverend Barb. And she called me, and I was out and about just doing things in my geographical area. And she said, hi, lovely, we'd like you to speak on this date. Here's a couple of dates. And I'd like to talk to you about something else. And so we said, okay, we'll talk later. And we ended up doing it the virtual way, not our choice, but the virtual way. And she said, I'd like you to be on our board. And I said, thank you, God. Prayers are answered. Thank you, Holy Spirit. prayers do get answered. As it says in Isaiah, before they even ask, the prayer is answered. And here we go. I'm on my way globally, internationally. And this is what always shows up in my visioning. It always showed up when I had my conversation with Spirit. It was showing up in my agenda-less prayer times. And it showed up in the prayer times when I also said, Spirit, I accept, I affirm, I declare absolute infinite possibilities of wealth, prosperity, affluence, learning, expression, acceptance in, through, and as me. And okay, Spirit, I'm here. So really the thing I'd like to just invite you today is to use two of the tools that we have, two of the easy tools that we have, prayer and gratitude. Prayer and gratitude for adventuring through receptivity, because as we know, God has more than we in our humanness could ever imagine. So dive into, step into, jump into, roll into, crawl into, walk into the more by adventuring through receptivity. I love you all.
Oh, Reverend Verona, how we adore you. Oh, walk, roll. Oh, I love it. I love it. The synchronicity of Spirit. And as you were praying to Spirit, we were praying for Spirit, for the perfect and right people to come and join too. And thank you for saying yes. We are blessed by you. We are so excited to receive you. Come on, community. Come on, community. I am so uplifted and inspired right now. I'm in tears, just the synchronicity of the way it works, and the way it works, not just for you, but each and every one of us when we recognize it. Oh my gosh. And you had so many gems today. Can I use your blessings? I'm telling you, I will give you all the credit for it, but I'm going to use that, girl. I love it. I love it. And lessons come wrapped in sometimes the sandpaper of life. Yes, Mathoni, so encouraging. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my gosh. Listen, if you have questions, somebody better ask, somebody better share. Has something percolated that Reverend Verona was talking about, and you want some clarity, some guidance? Come on, she's here. She's here. Let's use her. Use her, oh God. Yes. You are muted, Reverend Verona, but I just want whoever needs to pop in to pop in. Oh, what a beautiful, glorious morning. So, and I'm just reeling on the heels of the prayer and the meditation. And then we get our certificates, and then you bookend it with this. God is so good all the time. Paul, you're unmuted. Go, my friend.
Thank you, Reverend Verona. That was really wonderful. Thank you very much. Mine is on this agenda-less prayer.
Paul, you're a little garbled and you're a little far away from your mic. Can you get closer for us, bro?
Are you hearing me now?
It's a little better. A little bit better.
So agenda-less prayer or agenda-less treatment. So do you do the 5 steps, or you just go there and sit in meditation? Thank you.
For the agenda-less meditations and treatments, do you do the 5 steps, Reverend Verona, or do you just go? Okay.
Yes, I still go through the steps that we go through, because I feel the steps brings me into a place of centeredness, of groundedness. Yes. I just go straight in there. And when we get to the realization or declaration part, that's where it gets agenda-less. That's where it gets, I'm not coming to you with an outline, Spirit. I'm coming to you with an open heart.
Yes. Yes. Powerful. That was good, Paul. Great question. Anybody else? Well, you must have answered it all in this last 20 minutes, sister, because I'm so uplifted and inspired. Yes, community, can we show some love to Reverend Verona? Rev V. I love it. I love it. Okay, so listen, here's what's happening. We are a community of like-minded, beautiful, beautiful people. And we have opportunities to come together. We have opportunities to share as one people. We have opportunities to pray and treat and give of ourselves. This is our opportunity for us to think, where I get my spiritual nourishment, I give my spiritual nourishment. So I want you all to know that if you're in North America and you're willing to share your financial good with us, you can do so through cslkenya.org. And if you're in Kenya, you can send it to Nancy via M-Pesa. Before we go into the benediction, I want us all to unmute. Wilkester is going to treat us out after we do the offertory affirmations. If you are in need of a spiritual mind treatment, put your hand up and we'll connect you with a practitioner. All of our practitioners, if you would stay until everybody's hands have been fulfilled. So unmute Paul, unmute Karen, James is unmuted already. Muthoni's hand is up, so we'll get you into a room. I'm going to say the affirmation and you are going to repeat it after me. I am filled with the energy of abundance. Say it like you mean it.
I
am filled with the energy of abundance.
abundance.
I am willing to share my financial good with my spiritual community.
I
am
willing to
share my
share
financial good with my
financial
spiritual community.
good with my spiritual community.
Oh my goodness. So I would ask Wilkester if you will close us out. Reverend Verona, you have filled and fueled and ignited us. We are so grateful. Good to see you, Tendai. Good to see you. Oh my gosh. And the next Froggy Friday is 2 weeks from today. Come early, share. We have a guest speaker. Let me tell you who it is. We have our Summer of Love. Let me tell you who's going to be speaking that day. Kathy Mastroniami from, oh my God, from the Signs of Mind archives. You do not want to miss this information that she is going to share with all of us. So Wilkester, sign us out, and I'm going to try and set up a room.
Thank you, Reverend Verona, for your powerful talk. I am blessed. So let us say the love and the gratitude. Join me. Knowing that all living things exist in a constantly changing state of interconnectedness, and knowing that I am a living influence in the unity of this oneness that we call God. I set my positive intent to live as a spiritual center of love, gratitude, radiating through me, as me, and by means of me. As I create a consciousness community, consciousness environment, which brings a positive effect to my world. Anything unlike the harmony of love and gratitude is totally and peacefully dismissed into the nothingness where it belongs. Oh yes. Say no claim to that which is less than the highest spiritual perfection, expressing as my life and as of everyone in this class. As I execute my consciousness of love and gratitude, I live my life to the fullest, naturally and joyously expressing who I am, the perfect personification of unconditional love and unlimited gratitude. I feel the blessings, grateful for this moment that we have had together, grateful even for the practitioners who have graduated from one level to another, grateful for the teachers, for the internet, for even saying yes and being willing and being here present. I feel the love. I send the love to each one of us in this class. Grateful for this knowingness, grateful for the unfolding of our highest good, for our center, even for ourselves. Grateful for even of the law that says and accepts and assures that it's already made manifest. I relax in the knowing of my loving and my grateful way of living, contributing to the upbuilding of the positive intent of my spiritual muscle, my spiritual awareness to this beautiful world. And know each of us is a light to the world. I say thank you. I live in love and gratitude. And so it is.
And so it is.
So it is.
I know that
That's
you are
great,
going
Jane.
to leave this beautiful moment and feel the love, the joy, the acceptance, the peace, the power that we all are. And I know that we will share it with our families, with our community, with our workmates, and along the way as we are just making our way into this life. Reverend Verona, you have rocked my world. Karen and Nancy, thank you for the gift of you sharing. Reverend Claire, thank you for teaching to all of the educators here and to all of you joining us here today. Go and shine the love and light that you are. I don't see any more hands up for prayer treatment, so I'm not going to create a room. Am I wrong? Does anybody need prayer? I saw a hand and then it went down and I thought maybe you changed your mind. I'm going to, Mathoni, okay? Mathoni, you can hang out with me and I'll pray for you, my friend. Everyone else, get out. Go and have life. Go and have fun. Go and be great and shine the love and light that you are. Peace and blessings, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.